Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Multi-displays, is it worth actually getting into this sort of thing on your computer? More specifically, a Windows PC. We will revisit this when I get the adapter for my Mac, and we'll run two displays on the Mac and see if it's going to be productive more so for me on a Mac than on a PC. Right now on the PC, of course, things aren't shaping up too well in a few areas. Gameplay, for example. My three top favorite games are Far Cry, first one, Minecraft, and Need for Speed Undercover. None of these games are supporting multiple monitor access. All I'm asking for is a front view and a rear view, right? I can't get that. I still have a whack load of games still to check over that I got for free from GameTop, because it's a website where you can get full version games for free, like racing games and 3D shoot 'em up stuff and whatever, right? But you do have to put up with every time you quit the game, it flips open your browser and throws you back to GameTop. It's an advertising thing, I guess. Anyways, who cares? At least you get full version games and you don't have advertisements during the game. But anyway, is there a practical use for this on a Windows computer, period? Yes. Let's fire up Movie Maker and throw it in another window. Let's fire up a word processor. So I can do word processing and videoing at the same time. However, I can do more. I can fire up a video compression program because I have some videos that I want to compress. So I can fire that up and compress some videos at the same time. So what I can do is I can make this my main full window. That stuff's all in the background doing its thing, and I got videos that are being processed in my video here. I can take my mouse and go over to this screen at any point in time and say, okay, now I want to do some editing or save it or whatever. You know, quick and dirty stuff, I love Movie Maker for that. More advanced video editing, that's why I own a Mac. So, not to say PCs can't do it, they just don't do it as nicely as a Mac does. And the software is completely different for the Mac. But, either way, you can do multitasking with multiple monitors on your PC, and it is worthwhile doing if you're running independent programs like your word processor, your movie program, etc. Now, the other thing here too is you can take Movie Maker, throw it up over there, take your compression program. Now everything starts at the main level, so you're going to take your file out of here, dump it into here, and then you're going to shove it in this window, and you're going to put it in the background, keep Movie Maker expanded, it hides it. Now either way you have access points to flip between them on either screen, doesn't really make a difference. Okay, now we can go up and we can fire up a video game, because that stuff's going on, we don't care. So we're going to have some fun while we're being productive at the same time, right? And that's the whole key focus here, is getting more stuff done at once and still enjoying your day. You know what I mean? So if you work at home, for example, you'll be able to play your video games all day and still do the jobs you're getting paid for on the other screen, right? So there's an advantage there. Now, one disadvantage, though, is when you're playing a video game, it does take over your main screen for your game, right? And so your mouse cursor is only available to you in the game. However, this is not a bad thing. So let that boot up. Now, when you're playing the video game, if you see that something here is looking like it's going to be pretty much done, okay, while you're in the middle of playing your video game, okay, I know I'm going to get my butt kicked doing this, so Alt-Tab, now we can go over, right? And then I can go back to my game after I've done what I need to do there.
Just like this.
Oh, dead. Okay, got my butt kicked. So now I can just go back here, and now I can go check out my project, save my project, whatever, right? I can do that, and then, alright, that's going on, so that's done. So now I can actually quit out of that program. That's done compressing, I can quit out of that. And now if I wanted to, I could flip open my browser, put that over there, keep an eye on Facebook, emails, that sort of thing, start my upload for my video, have it over there, get all my tags and all that in for my YouTube video. Boom, that's going on, and we are going back to playing video games while that's uploading. So we are being productive and enjoying our day at the same time. That's the important thing here. We can do this, right? So right now I have nothing going on over there, no big deal. So now I can go and I can play my game. Somebody else took over the gun. But you get the idea, right? Now, even though not all video games are going to support multi-screens, which is kind of disappointing, my 3 favorites don't. I'll have to find some new favorites, I guess. But even though they don't all support multi-monitors, that's not a big deal, right? Because you can't expect every single game in the market to run on multi-monitors in different viewpoints that you want. Well, we'd like to have that in our real world, but we don't get it. So we have to deal that. So it's called suck it up, Buttercup, and deal with what you got. But we can do a lot of productive stuff all at the same time. Even if we're not playing video games, we can still have all these programs running, doing different jobs, okay, at the same time. Don't need 2 copies of Handbrake open. So we can have this with two things going on here. You know, we can hook up a word processor, do that, have that going on. Well, maybe, you know what, let's shift that over there because we want to take a break from that. The other jobs are doing something. We can get back to this later and let's go play a video game. We can do that. That is a nice advantage of multiple displays, and we can see everything that's going on. Plus, we can shift our internet browser over here too and still keep an eye on our Facebook and our emails coming in, etc., right? Our video that's uploaded on YouTube. Now, here's one thing someone's going to say, well, if I have all these programs running, it's going to slow down my computer. Well, it can if you've got a pretty weak computer, but that's why you buy a really good computer so that you can get away with all this. Now, the configuration of my computer currently, it's an 8-core Ryzen 7, 3.2 gigahertz, and it has an overclock of 4.1. So it's got horsepower and then some. My 4 gig video card will take 8 gigs of my memory for running programs with and shove it to itself to extend its memory capacity for video. I have 12 gigs of video power. Okay? Now, I've only got 16 gigs of physical RAM on my computer. So once I've used up that 8 gigabytes worth of RAM between my operating system, what it chews up, what all my programs are chewing up, I kind of have to go virtual memory for the rest. Now, the computer I bought had an onboard NVMe M.2 slot on the motherboard, and that's where I put in a GameTrix 3000 megabit per second read-write SSD drive, which actually runs very true to its speeds for read and write. So it can do a lot of super fast accessing for me and spool virtual memory if necessary and not bog me down one bit. I get no glitches at all. Now, I still want more real hardware memory, so I do want to max the board out to 64 gigs of RAM, which is what this one does max out at, which will be more than enough to do even more stuff at one time and still not have to worry about spooling to virtual memory, which is going to make things even faster and smoother, and I can do all this all at the same time, get all my production stuff done, whether it's for YouTube or whatever it is. I can do all that on one screen and have fun playing video games on the other screen. And if I had 4 screens, I could do even more fun stuff and have even more apps going at the same time, doing their jobs to make my day more productive so that while they're doing their things, I can enjoy my video game time fun. Okay? Or I can just not and have something on the main screen. And of course I do have a secondary computer, which is my Mac, where I do all my audio and any more intense video editing with. I do that on the Mac, right? So I can do stuff on there while my PC is keeping busy doing its thing, right? So sometimes it does pay to have more than one computer. However, on your main system, you need some horsepower to actually pull a lot of this stuff off without having any kind of lag or farting going on. And the system configuration I have is more than adequate to do all this, so I'm not worried about it. But it is an advantage to have monitors, multiple monitors. That I will say, it is great. Okay. However, don't expect every video game that you like to be able to do multi-monitoring. Okay. Now with the way the monitors are set up right now, it's seamless, so it acts as kind of like one monitor, right? In a sense. Except I can do different things on each one. I can also change it so the displays are exactly the same, so everything is the same on both screens. However, there's a drawback to this. In video games, you're getting the same front view, and it can really mess your brain up and your eyeballs trying to do that. So, wouldn't recommend that setting on the thing. But I can also switch which screen is the primary display, which one's not. So if I do have a smaller screen and a bigger screen, you know, I can get away with playing my games on the 22-inch screen and put all my production stuff on the 27. So it's kind of my choice, because the way they're also set up, they're close enough to me and angled just right that I can just do all that. It doesn't make a difference. I would have liked two screens the same size, but I hadn't planned on doing this stunt on my PC. Because when I originally bought that 22-inch, it was for my MacBook Air. And then I swapped it over to my PC laptop, which turns out, well, I don't even really use it anyway, so I'm selling it. But then, of course, to put a 22 on my Mac's got a 27. I don't want to disgrace it with a 22. I'd rather put a 27 on it. But I'm really spoiled with my 27 on my PC. So now I'm in a conundrum. What do I do? Well, I stick with this setup for the PC because it's working fantastic. I can get a secondary screen if I want to for my Mac. Or I can put the 22 on this computer, my 27 on my Mac, and do multitasking on the Mac, or I can switch between them. It doesn't really matter. Or I can get a really big screen for my PC and just do one thing, play video games, right? And then take the 27 off here, put it on my Mac, and then I got two 27s on the Mac, take my 22, and who knows what I'll use it for. Maybe I'll hook it up to my iPad, because I can do that, right? I have a big screen on my iPad. But there's a lot of advantages here. That's the bottom line. Is it practical for you? That's up to you. Is it practical for me? Definitely, because I'm going to get a lot more stuff done now and free up more time during my day, because now I can do multiple projects in one window, have fun on another, or have multiple projects here, multiple projects going on here, leave the house, go have fun, shoot a video for you guys, come back, my projects that are automated will all be done. Anything not automated, I guess I gotta do some work. Okay? Or I get my work done first and leave the automated projects to do their thing. So, there is an advantage. So, productivity as a YouTuber, definitely multiple screens on your PC or your Mac is definitely going to be a very good thing. But, when it comes to video editing, not all video editing programs are also going to support multi-monitors, so that, for example, Movie Maker, right? It's a standalone program where if you want access to different project parts, visual effects and stuff, the tabs are here, right? So they don't bring tabs in front of your face to do drop downs or anything like that. So nothing actually gets in your face. But when you're working with programs like Photoshop, yes, things get in your face. You need to move them to another screen. You would be able to do that. So you want to have your primary project sitting on your main screen. Then take all your filters and all your other stuff and editing tools and throw them on your second screen. You can do that, which is awesome. And it gives you more desk space to work with. So if you're doing one project for that, that works. High-end video editor programs, which this is not, it's called the Quick and Dirty program. But the high-end ones, you would be able to do the same thing as Photoshop. You'd be able to move all those toolbars to another screen, right? And that is practical, because then you have all access points over here. You have your frontmost and your big display, so you can really see what you want to see in here, and that is fantastic. That's why you run dual or more monitors, other than for video games that do support it. But again, not all video games are going to support it, and so far, none of mine do, which sucks. But I do have a lot more video games in my menu to go through yet, and we'll see how many of them actually support. And I'll let you know in another video. We will do a video too with using multi-monitors on the Mac, because I can actually hook 3 monitors easily up to my Mac without a problem through Thunderbolt ports. I'm not sure if I can go USB to HDMI out of my Mac. I'll have to look into that. But if I can, then I can have even more. But of course I'm not going to go buy a pile of monitors for that. So, but maybe my wife will let me scoop her monitor for 3-monitor project on the Mac. I don't know. I have to ask nicely, I guess. But anyways, all in all though, guys, this has definitely got some really good points to it. It does have some drawbacks. If you are strictly a gamer though, and that's all you want to do on your computer basically, other than a bit of surfing and stuff, this may not be the best solution for you unless the games you play support multi-monitor, because otherwise you're kind of like stuck. So that's something else to be in consideration there. Anyways, hopefully the information in this video helped you out. I am liking what I can do. I'm really liking it because it's really going to help me with production side of things. Just right now it's not helping me with my video game part, which I really wanted to do this for. But we'll see over time. I'll get more games and I'll see what games do it that I like these games, and then we'll do a demo of games that I know support multi-monitors and you can see for yourself. Hey, check it out! And we'll do that at a later date when I find some programs for that. Anyways, in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We will catch you guys in the next one. Ciao!